evening. Christine Austin Ill coming to you guys live on a Thursday. Trying to get a little music going on in the background for you because you know on Thursday everything is going on in the Ill house, right? So if you guys received your email, we are talking about getting out of debt, the Dave Ramsey snowball effect, and the avalanche, the debt avalanche. And then I'm going to give you an example of what you could do if you really need to get your credit score up so that you could get a loan, so that you could pay off those debts. And that's really only for individuals that are ready to be serious about their finances. Now, if in fact you are not ready, right, this is not going to work for you, because what's going to happen is you will fix your credit real quick. You will go out and get a loan, and then you will spend the money instead of paying off those credit cards, which is not what I want you to do. Okay. It's not what I want you to do. So I'm going to give it a second for you guys to come on in. Come on in again. Good evening. Good evening. How you doing, Teresa? I see you on here on our YouTube. Welcome. Congratulations. You passed your test. God bless you, babe. I hear you. My husband sneezing. You are so ready. Listen, it is an awesome opportunity. Just understand it is a process. So do not try to skip through the process. Enjoy the process. All right. You definitely need to enjoy the process. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this other device on real quick here. All right. And I don't know how to do that. So we'll figure that out later. But just, you know, jumping in. Hey, Andy, I see you over here on the Facebook side. Welcome. Welcome to the live. And again, you know, a lot of people are thinking about getting out of debt. A lot of us, you know, especially whenever we get to the new year, we're really starting to talk about what we're going to do. We're going to, you know, do better with our money. We're going to do better with our spirituality. We're going to do better with our relationships. We're going to do better with everything, right? And so thinking about that, we really want to do better with our money. Money has everything to do with everything. When you don't have any money, your attitude stinks. You just don't want to do anything. You can't do anything. Everything seems to bother you when you don't have any money. If you are an insurance agent, which I am, you cannot go to work. You know, you can't move like you want to move. And that's a problem, especially when we're dealing with February weather. Now, I don't know if you're somewhere where it's nice 12 months out of the year, but here in Pittsburgh, nobody really wants to go door knocking right now, okay? Because it's cold, the snow, the rain, it's just cold. It's just not the best season to just randomly go door knock. And so it's important for us to have our money in order. Years ago, I ran a credit restoration company. A lot of you guys know that already. Some of you do not, but I ran a credit restoration company for 7 years. You can go to the Better Business Bureau. I was definitely registered there with the A+, and the name of the company was Urban Credit. And my tagline was Better Credit is the New Money. The reason why I said better credit is the new money is because when your credit is better, you have more money. And what I mean by that is your interest rates are lower, which means you have more money. You're not spending as much money as you would for a car note, a home loan, a personal loan, credit cards. Like, your credit affects everything. All right. And so it is important that we get these things in order. And there is an easy way to do it. Well, I'm not going to say it's easy, but there are a few different ways that you can attack your debts. Now, I'd mentioned in the email as well as on the description here, as far as Dave Ramsey. You know, Dave Ramsey, everybody knows the name. He has several books out there, a finance guru. He has a podcast. He's on YouTube. He's everywhere, right? And one of the main things that he talks about is the snowball effect. Making sure that you're writing down all of your credit cards, your loans, all of those items. And what you want to do, like a snowball, is you want to start with the smallest item first. So say you have a credit card that is a $300 balance, and you have one that's 500, you have one that's 700, and so forth. You want to start with the one that is at the lowest balance, and you pay the minimums on everything else and on time, right? You want to just pay the minimums, but you want to lump everything that you can into your smallest debt. All right. And then once you pay that one off, you take that extra money and you move to the next one. That's called the snowball effect. One thing that I definitely want to add, which I haven't heard, and no, I did not listen to every single video, but I do want to add that in here. When you are paying off your credit cards, you do not want to close them. 30% of your credit score is your credit history. If you close that credit card, you're closing off that history. Even if it's bad right now, you may have several years of good history, good payment history with that card. And if you close it, you're cutting off that. And that's why a lot of people, when they're going in and they are trying to fix their own credit and they're disputing good credit items, trying to get them removed because they're bad now, their score's dropping. And they're like, why is my score dropping? Well, you just shut down all your history. So you don't want to close them. We want to get a grip on our monies. We want to get a grip on that credit and use it wisely. And we'll get into that in a minute. So again, you're just, now that one's paid off, you're going to go to that next bill. That's the snowball. So you're taking the smaller one and you're just adding all that money up until you get to the largest bill, and then you lump all that money in. Now, what a lot of people don't realize is, it can still take, depending on how much debt that you have accumulated and how much income you have. The average person, it takes 18 to 24 months in order to become debt free, right? Now, I'm not talking about life insurance agents or those that are entrepreneurs, because of course we can be more in control of our money. So we can actually go out and hustle and make more to make sure that we're paying those things down faster. But for the average person that has a 9-to-5, it still can take them 18 to 24 months. And the stats are coming, of course, from Dave Ramsey, who's done tons of research on this topic. All right. So you have to have patience. It's an emotional thing. And as you're starting with the smallest debt and you're starting to build up to the largest, you start to feel good because you see, okay, I got one paid off. And so that gets you hyped to go ahead and jump onto the next debt, so forth and so on, right? So you really, that it's just a nice way to have your checklist. And I will make sure that later on this evening, I will have that on the description and the link so that you can click on that link and you can download that checklist for free. And it's like a budget sheet where it has different columns on there for you to write down and start to attack your debt. Okay. And again, that is the snowball. Most people know it from Dave Ramsey, taking the smallest one, lumping all your monies. So extra bills, shutting things down that you don't need to spend money on, and taking all that money and start attacking these debts that we've accumulated over who knows how long, right? Some guys have accumulated it over Christmas. Others have had the debt for quite some time. So let's get that in order. The other option that people talk about is called the avalanche. All right, that's the avalanche. And the avalanche way, so instead of it being the snowball, is the avalanche. It's like the opposite way. And what you're doing is you are looking at those credit cards or loans that have the highest interest rate. And then you pay those off first. And then you go down to the lowest interest rate. It has been said that a lot of individuals that try to attack their debt in that fashion do not stick to it because emotionally it is not as satisfying. Like they're not getting that paid off, checked off as quickly as they would if they did the snowball. All right. And a lot of us do things based on emotion. Let's just be honest. So even though the snowball, there's more individuals that are effectively paying off their debts using the snowball effect, they are spending a little more because the higher interest rates are still spending your money. Okay. And again, the avalanche means you're taking the bills that have the highest interest rates, you're knocking them off first, and then you're going on to the next ones. And that way you're not spending so much money on interest. So you have two different options there. The third option was what I said is the Christine Ill option. I haven't seen or heard it anywhere else, but it is something that I have done in my past. It is something that I had taught to a lot of my students. when I had the credit restoration company. And that is manipulating a little bit that credit score so that you are able to obtain a loan to pay off those debts without having to close the credit. Because a lot of times, if you go into a credit consolidation program, what they're going to do is they get you all excited. They tell you, listen, I can get your monthly payments down. You know, we're going to cut a lot of your interest down. But what they also do is they cut off those credit cards, meaning they close them. And again, that kills your credit score. Not to mention, a lot of those companies will report on your credit that you're working with a debt consolidation company, which is a negative on our credit profile. And I don't know about you, but you need your credit to get almost anything. Now, I know Dave Ramsey definitely talks a lot about not having credit, making sure that you're paying things with cash and all of those wonderful things. And I agree. When you have the money, when you're rich, you can do that. You don't need credit. But I don't know about you guys, but the majority of us are not rich right now, right? We may be well off. We may be getting there. Mentally, we are rich, right? We're rich in love, but we are not financially able to just buy a house or buy a car cash. So for those individuals, you don't want to mess up your credit trying to do something that a financially stable guru who knows what he's talking about. Don't get it twisted. He knows what he's talking about. But again, we're not at that level. A lot of us are not at that level to be able to work in that means. Okay. So we want to be smart with the monies that we have. And we want to make sure that we are paying off our debts according to how it works for us. So again, if you're one that's more emotional and you need to get a check off list to make you feel motivated to keep paying off the debts, you want to do the snowball. Pay off the smallest bills first until you get to the largest. And if you are one like me, where I'm like, look here, I'm looking at my interest rates and I need to knock them babies down because I'm a numbers person and I understand that I'm spending a lot more in that interest per month. I'm paying off my highest bills first, and then I'm going down bottom. And again, the blessing with me being an insurance agent, like this month, I paid off 3 of my 10 credit cards. Yes, I said 10. I paid off 3 of them. And that's a blessing. So now I'm working on my next 3. However, they also talk about the cash envelopes, right? And these are my little cash envelopes. You guys know I will create anything, but I have my daughter doing these. So I never was one to use cash at all. But it's 2020. It is time to change, right? It's time to do some things different. And the cash envelope system for me already is nice because I'm putting in the lunch, right? So you see that one that says my lunch and my meals for the road. So when I'm traveling, I have the cash in here according to the budget that I set for myself. And I have the cash there, right? However, I am using my credit card, and I'm not going to mess around and put my credit card on this one. I did that before. Like, who does that? I did. But I'm not going to show you guys. But I will use that credit card, and I have the cash in the envelope. So when that credit card is due, I'm going to take out this cash, and I'm going to pay that bill. So that's what I'm using my envelopes for. Mine I'm using for my credit cards because I do want to keep them active. I want my credit cards very active. So whenever I go to purchase, whatever I decide to purchase, which I'm working towards my next truck, it is a big ticket item. And lenders like to see that you're able to manage your money. So although I'm paying a lot of that down to make my credit score jump up, okay, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, but I'm paying all those things down, I still want to utilize my credit. And so now I'm just making sure I'm putting the cash here so that I'm not overextending myself. And then I will pay those off at the end of the month. All right. So I'm using a couple different systems. And those that are on my email list, you'll be getting an email about that with your checklist also. Okay. How you can boost that credit score quickly in order to get a loan to get yourself out of trouble. All right. And again, this is really only for people that are mature enough and know that they are going to make this change. Don't go doing this and then hitting me up in my inbox or on my YouTube or calling me on my phone talking about, oh my God, now I'm in a worse situation. Because I'm telling you now, if you're not ready to do it, don't even try it. Okay. However, I did talk about this a little bit in a video last month where what I did, and I should have wrote it down, but what I did was I took my first month's pay. So my pay through. So with life insurance agents that work with Lincoln Heritage, we have a pay through. That is our monthly pay that we get at the beginning of each month. And that is from all the clients that we wrote from all the years that we've been here. And the ones that are still active, they paid. We still get a small amount of each one of those pays. And so it builds up our monthly pay. And I decided that I'm going to just take that monthly pay and use that to pay down whatever bills and the work that I'm doing. So I'm in the field more now. I'm using my advances to pay my household bills, my credit card, my regular bills, and my mother's bills because I pay for her bills, right? That's a blessing, such a blessing. But I'm taking my big pay. And so I'm taking out lump sum, right? And I took all of it and I paid off the first several cards that were reporting. And so that's why it's very important for you to know which credit cards or which loans are reporting when. And so I talked about that last week or 2 weeks back also, as far as having, I don't have the sheet there, I'm sorry, but having on your budget sheet, you have your bills itemized, you have your due date on the checklist that you're going to be getting in the email, and that I'm going to link down below after the video, is going to have the date that those creditors are reporting to the credit bureau. That is very, very important. Your credit score changes all throughout the month. It is not just once a month when that credit score changes. It fluctuates throughout the course of the month. Those creditors that report, they can report from the 1st to the 31st, depending on whatever day of the month they report, okay? And you can find out by, again, Credit Karma, which is free. You can log in. You can look at every single line item. They call that a trade line. Every trade line, you can see your limit, your balance, the last time you made a payment, and when the creditor reported. That is what you want to write on your sheet. And that's very important because, again, you have this lump sum of pay, and you have that, you know, that these 3 credit cards are going to be reported this week. You want to make sure you're paying those at least 3 days before they report. You want to make sure that money is in there in enough time and has cleared your account in order for that to effectively be reported. And soon as it's reported, your score is going up. All right, because that's your debt ratio. The most power. They have the most points within them. All right. That's why I don't know if you've ever really paid attention to your credit monitoring, if you have a monitoring system, but if you obtain a brand new credit card, your score jumps between 15 to 25 points just for opening it. And that's because, again, it's opening up some additional credit for you. So your debt is going down because now you have more credit. All right. So when you're paying those cards down, your score is going up. That's right. And so now we have 3 credit cards that have been paid off. You could pay them. I paid mine down to 30%. All right. So I had wrote down what my limit was. I wrote down my balance. I did the calculation from the limit to what was 30%. And so say it was $1,000 credit limit. I should only have on that card $300 and under spent, right? So anything above that, I wanted to make the payment to make sure it was under the 30% because that's going to give me the most points. Unless you can do it to 0, but 30% and under is going to give you that score. After that week, you can do a soft pull. Okay, Credit Karma allows you to look at that score once a week, and it's free, right? I'm not being sponsored. I just use it, and I love it, and it's easy. But you can look at that score and see how much your credit has increased. That's an emotional thing, right? So when you see that it started to increase, it gets you excited to want to keep going, all right? However, some people don't have enough money to pay all those down as to why we're in debt right now, right? I understand. I got you. I got you. So you pay those 3 major credit cards. All right. A lot of credit cards allow you to make a payment with the credit card. And this is where you'll hear people say, I've been living off my credit cards for the last 5 years. This is how they've been doing it. They've been making payments on the cards and then using the cards after they report it to the credit bureau, because they only report once a month. That card only reports once a month. So when you use it, it's not being reported. I hope you guys are following me. You following me? Give me some thumbs up, some somethings. Let me know you guys are following me on this. I don't want to lose you, because it's very important to understand, because we all can do it. So again, you're paying off those cards. And if you have to use the money that you paid on the card, you're using the money to pay off the other cards or to maneuver and move around, right? And then when we get to the next credit card, either you have another pay that you can lump on there, or if not, you're using that money from the other credit card. Now, years ago, I've always had PayPal. I've had it for my Mary Kay business. I've had it for, other things, home interiors. I've done a lot of different things on the side when I worked a 9 to 5. And somebody a long time ago had told me, well, you could send yourself an invoice. And so I sent myself an invoice for like $300, and I paid it with my credit card. And then that money went into my bank account. And then I had my money back. But that card was reported positive and with a lower balance. And then depending on what your score is when you start and how many cards you have, when you get to that 630, 650 credit score, now you can go. And guys, if you don't have a credit union, find one. You need to have a credit union. They work with you better than any bank, period. All right. As far as your interest rates, as far as listening to your story, why your score is the way that it is, they will work with you, again, better than anyone else. So you want to have a credit union. So at this point, now your score is higher. You can go into the credit union and you can let them know you want to take out a personal loan, or, you can even do debt reducing loans with the credit union without them closing your cards. They'll just pay them, right? So there's several different options with the credit union. But now you would have gotten that loan. You've been able to pay off those debts. And this loan is a smaller interest rate. Okay, so that's the point. The loan will have a smaller interest rate. Most of these credit cards are between 16% to 24%, which I think is illegal, but they're very high. And so we don't pay attention. A lot of us don't pay attention to that, because we see that it's due, we pay it. If we don't have the money to pay it, it runs late, but we're running around to make sure we're not paying it before the late date, the 30 days, because we know that's going to affect us in a major way. But we're not thinking about the interest rate. We're not thinking about the late payment fees. And right. So your $30 really didn't touch anything, and you're wondering why your balance is still going up and you made a payment. So it's very, very, very important for us to slow down. As difficult and challenging as it is, look at the statement or call the creditors and ask them, what is my interest rate? Is there a way that I can lower this interest rate, right? Make sure you know what your due date is. And again, you want to look at Credit Karma and see, or it may be on other creditor monitoring systems to see what date they report. I know I have with my credit, my Capital One. It also has a crediting monitoring system program, and I'm able to see, and it's the same dates when they report, it reports on Credit Karma. So it's the same. But yes, you guys, it is time for us to have perfect vision on our finances too. We need to have this. We need to understand what is going on in our lives, and we need to get a grip on this, right? So Dave Ramsey, if you had never heard of him, Google him. Everything in the world's going to pop up. Sometimes he does, sound a little, I don't know, like he talks down to some folk, but he's just a matter of fact. This is what it is. Kind of like my guy with my book, Shut Up and Get a Life. Like, it's just what it is. So make sure you have your thick skin on when you're listening, but you will learn a lot. And not only listen, but apply. Stop eating out, right? Stop doing the different things that's spending all of your money. We make a lot of money. And I'm going to say we, as far as the people I know in the insurance industry, Sometimes we're getting paid. I'm not going to say too often because I like to get paid often, but we get paid different denominations throughout the week. And so it may feel like, if you get paid 130 one day, 500 another day, 1,300, a next day, and 200 the other day, it feels like sometimes you're not making any money. And that is why I said that we need to stop letting that money come in and having it rotate back out to pay a bill. You want to let that money sit at least for a week. Let that money sit for a week so that it can build up. And now you know what you can deal with. And you always want to keep in mind, you need money to work. You need money to work. Too many of us newer agents are coming in and we're already behind the 8 ball. We start making this money and we're taking all the money and we're throwing it on the bills. And now we're broke. And we're like, okay, wait, how am I going to get out here and door knock? You have to make sure that you are keeping the money, right? Get you some regular envelopes, whatever, like I like to have the fun. Some little, I seen this on YouTube. So I was like, oh, that's cute. So you want to think about what you need to do in order to get out of the situation that you're in. Because when you don't have your finances in order, your mind is all over the place and you can't move like you need to move, like you want to move. And we need to have a clear mind in the field, dealing with clients, dealing with agents. We need to have a clear mind because it's not going to work. If we're stressing and thinking about these bills or NSF, the rent, the mortgage, the car note, if we're out there thinking about those things, we're not going to really be able to help that client. We're going to be focused on us. And that does not work. Trust me, it does not work. All right. So I'm going to park it real quick to see if I have any questions on here from anything else, because of course, you guys have me. So we have any questions about anything else, let me know. Okay, Sierra, you had a message, but it said that it was, I guess you deleted it. So if you want to put your message back up, feel free to go ahead and put that up there for me and I will answer it. It does not have to be anything dealing with your finances. It could be dealing with life insurance or anything else for that matter that I'm on here. Hello, Melissa. Good to see you, love. I was checking out. Okay, Melissa Hall is on the live, guys. And if you don't know who she is, you're going to find out soon enough. She is a life insurance agent as well. And here go Raheem playing around. I knew he was going to come mess me up. But she is a life insurance agent as well. She does Medicare. She does a few different podcasts. And I told y'all, I'm trying to figure my life out with the YouTube, right? And the husband and these kids. But this beautiful soul reached out to me last month because she has a podcast and we did a session. She may allow me back on her podcast, but that is going to be girl, it's going to be on September or February 29th, I believe it is going to be aired. And if I'm wrong, Miss Melissa, please go ahead and post on there if I'm wrong. I believe it's going to be February 29th, that podcast where she has me on there. She did an interview with me, asked me a lot of very, very good questions for new agents as well as older agents. I mean, she did a very good job with the questions. And I had a lot of fun. And we were just keeping it real. So I believe that's going to be February 29th. You'll hear more about that as it becomes available. I will definitely be posting it on YouTube, on our live, as well as on Facebook, because she's doing a podcast. It is a great day to sell life insurance. And you guys already know, I tell you, it is all your mindset. It is all about your energy. It is about your belief system. And if you're already coming out and you are talking about, it's a great day to sell life insurance, like even when she says it, I'm like, it is a good day. Like I need to get on the phones. We need to be reminded of those things, that it is a good day. And she just on her Facebook, and again, her name is Melissa D. Hall. On her Facebook, she did a commercial / group presentation, and she has a live webinar coming up real soon for you guys to be able to learn how to do group presentations. Yes, maximizing your time so that you could see more people and help more lives, right? So that's phenomenal. All right, Sierra, I see you're back on her. I passed my Lincoln Heritage exam. Congratulations. We got 2 people in the house that just passed their test. Congratulations. What entry level jobs can I get? Thank you. Entry level, girl. If you had life insurance, you can get into any, really, the door is open for any type of life insurance, final expense. I believe your Medicare, because you have the health as well. You're kind of, it's opened up to you to be able to go in any position you would like. And you say entry level, so are you not interested in making, 6 figures in your first year possibly? Or are you coming in part-time? What are you doing, and where are you? What state are you in? Because if you're in Pennsylvania, Ohio, Delaware, Virginia, or parts of Florida, hit your girl up. I can help you out. I have Rhonda. She's a life and health agent in Houston. Hey, Rhonda, I know. How you doing, girl? And she said, I'm part-time. So where are you, Sierra? Where are you located? See if we can help you out here. And she's in Illinois. Anybody on here that can help? Any one of my students? You guys know I have a Life Now University where I help agents go from 0 to 6 figures by means of the training, videos, scripts, tips, the whole works, downloadable documentations, all that good stuff. And any agent, you do not have to be with Lincoln Heritage. It is for any type of business owner to be able to get in there, help identify your goals, your passion, your desire, everything that you need, your mindset for you to be able to do your job, right? Your own personal job. So she is in Illinois. Do we have somebody in here that can help her out? And you guys better be nice. Don't let her come back on here and tell me that I was crazy, right? Like I can do something. I'm just saying. All right. All right, we got Daniela. She said she's been in Houston for 11 years with Lincoln. That is beautiful. Welcome, welcome to the live. I'm 8 years in and loving it. Loving it. I thank God for Lincoln Heritage every single day. I just got my truck back, and Gotti's in Orlando, Florida. What's going on? I see you over there. Just got my truck back and found another part of the light in the back they didn't fix, so it's going back tomorrow. But it's all right because they give me a brand new truck, and I've been loving driving their loaners and putting all the miles on it. So that's helping me with my trade in. What's going on, Larice? I see you on here. Welcome to the call. We got all kinds of folk on here. Brittany, Gary, Elisa, Jacqueline, Andy, Danielle, Maria, Carla, Lakeisha. What's going on, Sean? I see it. And all these lovely people over here on YouTube. I can't see your names because you didn't post. But again, welcome, welcome. So we're right at 8:30. I didn't want to keep you guys on too long. I've been trying to do 30 minutes. So my section is done, guys. I want you to get your finances in order so that you can do your job without having to be so mentally caught up, right? So mentally caught up is so important. I know without a shadow of a doubt, when my back was put against the wall, when my sister had passed and I had to think about my mom and who was going to pay her bills, it definitely pushed me. I had to, because that was that why, right? It's like I couldn't imagine my mother having to try to find a job in her 70s after taking care of my sister for 10 years, right? I couldn't imagine that. And so that definitely pushed me. During that process, I don't like to not have money and have to be pushed to go and make it, right? That was like a little bit of a different situation. Um, Having some little bit of money in my pocket and going to work, I feel comfortable. I feel like, okay, I'm not, as they call, hungry or thirsty for the check. I can actually sit there and really listen to my client without trying to think about the next house, the next lead, the next person. Are they going to buy? You know what I mean? We definitely want to make sure we have our minds in order. Even if you have a lot of bills that are due, you just want to make sure you keep that grounded. Leave that stuff at home. And when you go out, make sure you're going out to serve. I want to work with them. Daniela, do you have a team here in Houston? Okay. And Deborah said she is in Illinois as well. What would be happy to talk to her. So, Sierra, if you don't mind, um, putting your information on YouTube on the group chat, by all means, put it there. If not, you can email it to me. And Rhonda and Deborah, both you guys can email me also. Email it to bosses, BOSSESS, life now at gmail.com. And I'll put it in here as well. And I will connect you guys privately. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love that. Helping one another. I love that because it's an amazing opportunity and we have to help one another. This is definitely a relationship business, whether it is partners in the business or we're dealing with our clients. This is a relationship business. So that is awesome. Audrey Rose said, I just finished my course and now I'm just getting ready to take the full exam. Congratulations. Good job. Breathe. Make sure you have a good night's rest. Eat a good breakfast, not something that's going to make you tired. And just relax. Just relax. You'll do fine. You'll do fine. So keep us posted on that. Keep us posted. All right, guys. So any other questions? Any other folks that we need to celebrate? Guys, celebrate these three lovely people that then passed their test that are on their way. We have Teresa, Sierra, and Audrey Rose. Great, great job, man. And again, understand that it is a process. All right. When you are coming in, Jacqueline said, what course is good to study? What do you mean, what course is good to study, Jacqueline? What are you talking about? Let me know down there. When you are going through, and especially the one lady said, I believe she wants to do part-time, and understand that it is a process and you have to take the time to learn. We have, of course, with our agency, and I'm sure with the other agencies, there's training. We have the online portal, which is free. My university is free for all of my agents. We have a ton of information and training. However, you are going to learn your job on the job. You are going to be in learning in homes, seeing policies, talking to people, figuring out, your body language and their body language. You're going to learn in the field. So the more time you have to give to your business, the lesser of a time it's going to take for you to learn it, the sooner you're going to make more money, if that makes sense. So when you are part-time, trust me, I have not been in the field full-time in a couple years, which is horrible, right? But it's the truth. And so now that I'm going back in and I'm more full-time, I am listening to my presentations again because I already understand I might be cold and I don't want to go to the first door and blow it because I don't know what to say, because I'm uncomfortable, because I haven't been out here. So consistency is key. Working on a daily basis is key. Practicing, studying your craft, knowing your product. It is important to know what's out there, but you need to know your product. You need to have that passion about what you provide and how you're going to be able to help that client and how you're going to help the family. Because honestly, if you're in the life insurance business, you're not there for that lead or that person. You're there for the family. It's bigger than that one person. And you have to remember that. You have to think about that. Think about these people as though they are the loved one that you're coming to protect. And that way you'll do a good job because you'll really have your heart in it. All right. So make sure that you're doing that. Definitely have to do that. Passion is everything. And trust me, in the beginning, I think of any business or job, you are not going to be passionate unless, it's something that you created, it's something that you really wanted to do. And even in that, say you started a hair business and you were so excited about it and this is exactly what you wanted to do and you had all the ideas and everything going on. As soon as, you find out you need a little more marketing or a little bit more money in your marketing campaigns, you need a little more clients, you need a little more help to be able to package everything and mail it out, and all the job part of your business kicks in, the stress part of that, the passion starts to fizzle. Okay. Like, I think I've been blessed because I didn't come into this business wanting to be here. So I already came in on a low. And then I was able to see people making money. I was able to see that I was able to make the money. I saw my 1099s, and then I saw another 1099. And it was like, so my passion grew. And then my sister died, and I seen how Lincoln handled that. And I seen how much they saved my mom. And I saw how much I didn't have to deal with. And I saw how much I had to deal with her other life insurance policy. That's where my passion kicked in, because it was like, it became real to me. So whatever you're doing, it needs to be real to you. You need to really feel it, because the people that you're servicing, they can tell if you believe you or not. They can feel it. They can definitely feel it. So yeah, so we're going to do a quick recap. Talking about money, guys. We're talking about money, making sure that your finances are in order so that you can live the life that you want to live and be comfortable. It does not matter if you are a six-figure earner or not. Every single one of us can manage every single dollar that comes in. The problem is we don't, right? And so I started off with the Dave Ramsey. If you don't know who that is, Google him. You can look on YouTube. He is all over the place. He has tons of books on finances. He has a podcast. He's on YouTube again. He's everywhere. And he talks a lot about the snowball effect, taking the smallest bill and paying it off, checking off those things, getting to the larger bill. But you want to make sure, again, do not cancel or close out your credit cards, because you're going to kill your credit score. And although he does talk a lot about paying everything with cash, a lot of us don't have all the cash to be buying houses and cars right now. So we need our credit, okay? So we want to protect that credit. And that is why I talked about understanding and knowing exactly when your creditors are reporting to your credit bureau. Because I promise you, there has been plenty of times when I had enough money to pay those credit cards and the loans that were reporting to my credit, and not enough to pay the light bill or the water bill. And I chose to pay the credit card because that's my credit. That's going to help me to get anything and everything that I want, right? Let there be an emergency out of town somewhere and I have to get a flight. I got a credit card. I can just swipe and I can get that because I kept that in order. So credit is important. It's important. The light bill, the water bill, the sewage bill, they'll give you like 1, 2, maybe even 3 months before they start threatening you. Don't take advantage of it, but understand your bills, understand the leeway that you have so that you can make better choices until you have an abundance of monies and you're able to just pay everything at the beginning of the month and just work the rest of the month freely. All right, guys. So thank you guys for tuning in. Do we have any last call? Last call. It is 8:45. We are doing great. Last call. Any comments, any questions, anything at all? Feel free to just post that baby right on down there. Oh, how did that happen? I don't know what just happened. Going once. I know you guys have a lag. Going twice. Make sure, guys, you comment down below anything that you would like to hear or go over. Next week, I do know already for my life insurance agents. And really, you're not going to have to wait for the live, but the video is going to be updated. So again, if you are on my email list, then you will receive that email. And it is talking about our Intel and lapse report. We need to make sure we are working on our reports. We need to make sure that we are keeping our clients with life insurance, because people are dying every single day, all day, and they need this product. And a lot of times they just are in a bad way and they need some assistance. So we're here to help them. All right. It's not just about us. Okay. So Teresa asked, I'm sorry, David posted first. David posted dealing with procrastination. And I'm going to ask you a question on a question, David. Are you talking about procrastination with yourself or with your clients? Meaning, are you procrastinating getting out, or are your clients procrastinating buying your policy? Teresa on this side said, how long does it take for your insurance company to start getting you out in the field once you pass and do your fingerprints? That's going to depend, Teresa, on your agency. Okay. Up here with us within the Miles group, the Peace of Mind group, the Life Now group, like all of our groups here in the Pittsburgh area, as soon as you pass your test, we want you to start studying. So we're going to plug you right into the online training course where there's tons of videos on there, and it takes you step by step to learn your job as a final expense insurance agent, because it is different than what you've been learning. And we want you jumped right in so that you already been studying. Now you can study your job that you're working now, and we will set you up with field training. That's how we do it here. So we kind of want you to have your training and your practice presentations in before you get your state number. So when you get your state number, you can then start to make money. So that's how we do it here. So when you connect in with your manager or the person that is going to be training you or talking to you about your opportunity, you need to ask them, what is their process? All right. And unfortunately, some agencies don't have any training. They give you a starter kit and tell you to kind of figure that thing out. So hopefully you're not in that area, but that has happened. In the field between appointments. Okay, so David said in the field between appointments, etc. All right. So you're talking about your personal procrastination. All right. How to deal with that is having your vision, your goals in front of you at all times. At all times. For myself, David, that was one of the reasons why I decided to work 4 or 5 hours away from home with no signal. I am starting to come back local. My husband, I can feel him. He hates that. He absolutely hates it. He's my husband. Of course, he should hate that because he can't reach me, and I couldn't reach him if I really needed to. But God's got me covered. But I chose to work in those areas because I wouldn't be able to get on Instagram, Facebook. I wouldn't be able to do anything. I couldn't do anything because I had no signal. And so all I could do was work. One door to the next, to the next, to the next. Okay. And so you need to really sit down and think about, why are you in this business? Why are you here? What do you want this business to do for you? Because the business can't do anything for you that you don't go after. The opportunity is there, but you have to grab that opportunity and you have to work it, right? What are you thinking about yourself? Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe that you are deserving of this opportunity and the money that you can make here? That is a problem for a lot of people. They know it's there. They see other people making it. But somewhere deep down, they just don't think it's for them. And so that's why a lot of people stay in a 9-to-5 when they have that desire to do something different, to be free. Now, granted, there's a lot of people that love their 9-to-5. I loved my 9-to-5, right? I thank God that I was laid off, because I would have never known anything different, because my family was blue collar, right? So I don't have anything against anybody working a 9-to-5. We need them too, right? Everybody has their place. But if you're that individual that just has that desire that you know you want for more, but you won't make that leap, it's because of fear. You don't really believe in yourself. So for that, again, for the procrastination, it's like we all have procrastination, just in different areas, right? I may procrastinate in doing the laundry. That'll pile up for a whole week, right? Because I'm in here on a computer creating things and doing things for my vision. And then eventually I'll turn around like, what? Because I don't like clutter. So I'll be like, why is all this stuff down here? Because I didn't do it, right? I procrastinated in getting the laundry done. And then I fuss about it later, to myself, of course. But change, we have to be mindful of what we are procrastinating on. Income producing activities, door knocking, making the phone calls, making calls with your reports, setting up appointments with apartment complexes. Like, there's a million things that we can do. We can door knock on somebody that's in the area in between appointments. Okay. There's always something for us to do. If you are using the map view, David, for keeping track of your existing clients as well as your leads, you'll be able to see right around your area who else is around you, that in between an appointment, you go knock on a door. I'm sure there's people walking past your car. Then they're done it. I don't know how many times I was, and I'm like, oh, snap, I need to get to my appointment. And I wasted 45 minutes to an hour. I could have saw somebody and then run to that appointment and they're not home. And then I'm like, are you kidding me? Right? So we learn, but this is something that's on you. Why are you doing it? Dig deep down into yourself, into your soul, and ask yourself, why are you procrastinating? When this is a numbers game. You know that there's people that need you. You know that there's finances here for you. You already know. So why are you procrastinating? I figured out why I was procrastinating. Because I could. Because nobody was over me asking me what I was doing and when. Right? And that doesn't say that it doesn't still happen. It still happens to all of us. I was just out of town cussing my own self out, right? Like, Christine, do you want to work or not? Do you still want to be in a new truck or not? You know, so those are the things that I'm constantly saying to myself when I start to feel like, oh, I could just go ahead and you know, I can go in and I can start making phone calls and I'll door knock tomorrow. These are the things that I'm thinking about. Do I want to get the new truck? Because I need to put down, which I just realized today because I had an appraisal done on my truck. I need 12,000. At first I was thinking it was just 10. I need two more $1,000 to pay that baby down so I can get into another truck without being upside down. Can I get in another truck right now? Sure. But do I want to spend more monthly? No. That's why I'm paying off all my debts and getting my credit score to the top that I can possibly get it to so that my interest rate is as low as it can be. But I definitely don't want to add on debt on top of that, right? So again, that's keeping me feeling some kind of way. Like today, I was feeling some kind of way at the beginning part of the day because there was a lot of my time taken up dealing with my truck. I was stuck in traffic. I had to go all the way across town to get money out of my bank that I did on purpose all the way across town that I don't have a MAC card to. I don't have any checks to. They don't even have Zelly, so I couldn't wire money to myself. I have to travel to go get that money, right? Although I did that on purpose, when I have to go all the way over there to get it, I'm not as happy, right? Because I'm like, oh, I really need to be on the phone. I need to be doing income producing activities because I was in the field yesterday. And although I did income producing activities, I didn't produce any income. And that happens too. So today I was like, I need to make up for that. And I couldn't. And then my daughter needed, you know, the kids. I had to do these other things. And today's video day. So it's on me. I'm aware of it. I have my little sticky notes all around me. I have them in my vehicle on the windshield. God's favor. I said, why? Thank you, Lord. I didn't get a ticket on yesterday. I swear that cop saw that God's favor. He let me go. Thank you, Lord. But I have the little notes, you know, fear is not of God, different things, because I still, after 8 years, I get uncomfortable out of nowhere. I start to feel that anxiety, like I'm riding out here. It's 10 o'clock at night. I'm by myself. I'm 5 hours away. There's no signal. It creeps into my mind. And then I have to just, that is not for me. That is not for me. And I have to kick it out. So being that you're aware of that, you need to really get down, you know, I journal. That's why I have the different books and the journals, writing down those things that's causing you to be uncomfortable and identifying why. Where's it coming from? And then canceling it out. Reminding yourself, not this year. I'm done with that. I'm done with allowing these things to keep me from what God has for me. Because you know that there's more for you. You already know. We all know. That's why we're steady growing and we're trying to learn the different things and tools necessary for us to just move out of our own way. It's just moving. Like we are the only ones blocking our blessings. We're the only ones. So hopefully that helped you out, David. I know you were also before talking about how are you talking to yourself? What you've been saying to yourself lately? Have you been loving on you? Right? We need to love on ourselves when we walk past that mirror and see yourself. Tell yourself how handsome you are. Like, oh, you looking good today. Tell yourself. Because sometimes nobody else is going to tell you. You need to make yourself feel good. You need to love on you first. Feel good about who you are. Even if you're not where you want to be. Right? Like I'm on a whole journey this year. I'm always on some kind of journey. But I'm on a journey, but I love who I am. I'm grateful for the way God made me. I'm grateful for where I am right now, even though I know my stomach could be a little bit smaller and my calves could be a little bigger. Like, so what? You just do the things that are necessary to get that if you really want it. But I'm not mad at what I look like today. Not at all. I love me right now. And that's the only way that you can take yourself to that next level. You can't hate on you now and think that you're going to, you know, progress tomorrow because you're walking around with all this heaviness. Drop all that stuff. Drop all of the bags so that you can fly, so that you can run forward. All right. So hopefully that helped you out, David. I know it helped me out because I go through it too. All right, Teresa, you're welcome. Guys, you are welcome. You're welcome. Hey, somebody's on here with Life Tomorrow Now. I love your name. All of my stuff is Life Now. Everything's Life Now. I've never seen anybody with Life Tomorrow Now. That's awesome. And those that are new to the channel, of course, welcome. Make sure you subscribe so you know when I send out notifications. If you want to join the email list so that you're notified when I send out free content and anything that I send out, go to my webpage, ChristineAustinEl.com, and I'll type my name in here. I'll put it on here. It's real simple. I try to make it easy for everybody. And you definitely want to join on there later on tonight. And if not tonight, it'll be first thing tomorrow. Oh, my name popped up and it said Garage Shop to Blue Chip. What? That was crazy. All right. Facebook is doing something crazy over there. Anyway, but yeah, go over there and just join in. Click the link that pops up, the little box, and put your information in there, and you'll be added to my email list. And you'll make sure that you are logged in. And Life Now for me stands for living in full expectation, never-ending opportunities within. Because again, I believe that we have everything we need right inside of us. We just need to let that light shine. All right. And so, okay, David, good. Glad to hear that. So Liberty said, what is the next step since you pass your life insurance exam? So the next step, when you pass your life insurance exam, if you are not already connected with a life insurance company, if you are thinking about final expense, and again, you're in Pennsylvania, Ohio, Virginia, Indiana, or parts of Florida, send me an email and I can help you out with that. At least let you know what we have to offer. If you're in any other state, what you would want to do is you really want to Google life insurance companies. You can go to LinkedIn, looking for jobs, and see who is hiring within your area. And somebody will reach out to you and talk to you about what they have to offer for you. So the next step is finding a company to work with. All right. So Betty Forbes said, you are an inspiration for me to start my agent journey. Thank you. Love watching you come to New York. I was just in New York yesterday. I was just in New York yesterday. I was working in Bradford County, and normally my hotel is right there in New York. But I was up there looking for Wells Fargo Bank. And all right, Taylor Legacy in Washington. Oh, Teresa, you know what? Washington State or Washington, D.C.? Teresa. My husband's doing push-ups. Are you losing?
Just started.
Okay. They're playing football every Thursday. They're playing football. And if one of them loses, they have to do push-ups. That's why he's so built. My son keep tearing him up. Okay. I was about to say, Teresa, if you were in Washington, D.C., I was going to try to connect you with one of my best friends out there, because we're not in Washington. Well, my agency isn't, but okay. Yes, Betty, you missed me. I'm almost done, but you didn't. This is recorded, so whenever it is completed, doing whatever YouTube does with it, it will be uploaded, so you can definitely watch the replay and post any comments or questions for sure. All right. Okay. I was trying, Teresa. I was about to get excited. I haven't found anybody yet that can help my sister girlfriend out, but one day. All right. So with that, we are going to go ahead and shut it down, guys. I appreciate you coming on your Thursday. Again, we are jumping into, guys, get your money right. Get your money right. ChristineAustinEl.com. Always check into the website. We're going to be jumping into our door knocking. You guys saw some clips I posted on yesterday from me being out in the field and saw how sometimes we are detoured. You know, I had all intentions of being up there for 2 days, 3 days, but they had a storm And I was stuck in Bradford County once before with their ice storm, and I was not about to have it happen when the kids need to be at church on tomorrow for a Valentine's event. And I'm gonna let the husband cook for me. Winning, winning for Valentine's Day. I don't like to go out. He asked me, but um, he cooks very well. So I'm going to eat at home and be, as they say, Netflix and chill. That's right. So that's what we're going to do. Maybe sneak in a movie, babe, at the house. No, he's not down here. We're going to do something at home. But you guys have a wonderful Valentine's weekend. If you celebrate, please be safe. Don't allow anybody to get on your nerves and cause you not to enjoy the weekend. And of course, just enjoy life. Every day is a blessing. Every single day is a blessing. So enjoy it while you're here. And with that, I'm out.